Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Newsline, your Sunday tonic and weekly compass through the currents of Nigeria and beyond. Tonight, I'm very excited to be wearing the very rich and elegant cream and blue fabric of the Wandara tribe from the FCT. Now, these lovely colors remind us of the warmth and unity that resonates with the people of the FCT and indeed our country. And so as we journey through today's stories, Newsline will explore the iconic structures of Maiduguri, the vibrant heartbeat of Borno, and ponder their resilience amidst advancing technology. And speaking of technology, while it seamlessly reshapes our world, there is every need to be cautious and mindful of how we apply them. So tonight on Newsline, we will be cautioning on its pitfalls, from unexpected accidents involving stationary automated vehicles to the critical need for responsible technology use, especially among our children. Now, if you've already enjoyed your dinner tonight, take a moment to thank a woman. Her contributions to our food security are immeasurable. Tonight, Newsline will unveil the lesser-known facet of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and of course, the women leading Maiduguri's agricultural revolution. We will equally reflect on the readoption of our national anthem, Nigeria, We Hail Thee, exploring its enduring relevance in today's landscape. Additionally, also, we will celebrate men and women who are definitely proud to serve our sovereign motherland and by their actions help to shape and drive the future we all aspire to achieve. You will also get to see the engaging tribute to man of the moment, Professor Abdulrasheed Na'Allah, as he takes a bow after an inspiring and captivating 5-year tenure at the University of Abuja. All right, you can rest assured there is something for everyone on the line tonight, I assure you. But Elizabeth Omorui is waiting with other headline news. Elizabeth, concerning the tragic incident, I'm sure you must have heard about it, involving the parked car and the professor. I'm not much of a professional driver, but don't laugh at me. Do you have any idea of what might probably have gone wrong?
Probably overspeeding or lack of...
No. The car was parked, on the driveway.
Of course.
And then it rolled back.
Yeah, actually. That's true. That's true. That's actually a great loss to the nation and the family of the deceased. Thank you so much, Claire. President Bola Tinubu has been re-elected chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government for the second consecutive tenure. It was the 65th session of the community held in Abuja. State House correspondent Musbah Danwahab reports that at the session, Nigeria committed to winning the fight against terrorism in the ECOWAS sub-region with its counter-terrorism center located in Abuja.
ECOWAS is just a few months away from its golden jubilee. The bloc has recorded many high moments in its integration and cooperation pursuits, but equally dotted by some lows in the past 49 years. And the present situation is even more challenging as it is existential. This session was appraising the enormity of the challenges facing the sub-region, including terrorist activities and violent extremism vis-à-vis the effort at combating them.
Our region is still confronted with multiple interlocking threats, including existential ones. These include climatic and man-made crises, leading to terrorism and violent extremism and food insecurity. Governance deficit and marginalization have strained social contracts, engendering bitter rivalries and unhealthy competition.
Certainly, the community recognizes the importance of peaceful and secure environments in its integration and economic drives. And again, Nigeria is taking a lead to give new momentum to the fight against forms of insecurity in the sub-region.
I urge ECOWAS to leverage on the capability of the Nigerian National Counter-Terrorism Center, NCTC, which is widely acknowledged as one of the best on the continent. The Nigerian government has decided to declare the NCTC as a regional center to enable all ECOWAS member states benefit from capacity building and the other related opportunities it offers.
On its socio-economic challenges, President Tinubu implores member states to double down and liberate their people from poverty.
We must invest in our infrastructure and cultivate a conducive business environment to empower our communities to stimulate growth and build resilience against external shocks. Together, we can pave the way for a prosperous future for all ECOWAS sub-region.
The unconstitutional takeover of government and the subsequent decision of the three Sahel countries to opt out of ECOWAS still remains a concern for the community. And now, the authority is urging President Diomaye Faye of Senegal to join force in reconvincing the departing members to reconsider their decision.
I will request Mr. Faye to please become our special envoy along Togo to do a round clock walk with our brothers in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger.
In a seeming pass mark to the chairmanship tenure of President Tinubu due to end by July 9, the authority has re-elected the Nigerian leader to lead the bloc for another 1 year. From the State House, Musbah Danwahab, NTA News.
Away from the 65th Ordinary Session, Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that the present administration is committed to creating an environment where merit is rewarded and public servants feel valued and motivated to give their best. This was while presenting awards of recognition to outstanding public servants, the second edition of the Nigeria Excellence Awards in Public Service held at the State House. Ekene Mundulwe reports.
It is an occasion that casts a spotlight on outstanding Nigerians who have demonstrated innovative approaches to addressing public challenges at the grassroots, state and national levels of public service. Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, in collaboration with the Best Strategic Media, is recognizing 44 individuals who have made positive changes in their spheres of influence.
We seek to make the event an annual theme to motivate public officers to work for the betterment of our dear country.
Like athletes selected to represent the nation, many of them have put up quite an impressive performance since assuming office. But I know that this would not have been possible without clear mandate monitoring and evaluation tools set by Mr. President.
Vice President Kashim Shettima, who introduced the new role models to the nation, reminded public office holders that each of them is an employee of the Nigerian citizen.
The 44 persons we are here to honor set in motion a chain of action to build a culture of hard work and commitment to noble principles in our public service. We must also strive to make sure that the values we have set them apart are deeply ingrained in our culture.
And for the award recipients, this is a spur to do more.
This award is an encouragement. I never knew that people are watching or are seeing what we are doing. I know that our constituents are happy with what we are doing.
We're able to overcome the challenges, and today we are being recognized not only globally but nationally for the contributions made by the Borno State government in ensuring that peace is returned and families are returned and settled in their ancestral homes.
Organizers are hopeful that the recognition will inspire the bulk of Nigeria's workforce and create a ripple effect of positive change throughout the society. In Abuja, Ekene Ndulwe, NTA News.
In other news, in response to calls for grassroots engagement, the House of Representatives says plans are underway to roll out citizens' town hall meetings across the 6 geopolitical zones. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, stated this at the closing ceremony of the Legislative Open Week organized by the Green Chamber. National Assembly correspondent Mitari Ikben reports.
For 3 days, the doors of Parliament have been open to citizens for frank conversations. The need for state police, local government autonomy, constitutional role for traditional rulers, as well as gender balance in governance and politics have been among crucial issues discussed. The House of Representatives used the open week to establish robust connection with citizens, who in turn commend the initiative.
What you are doing, considering the suffering people are going through, by looking for solution, by looking for ways of ameliorating most of these issues, I think is a right step in the right direction.
From the traditional desk, even without motion, we want to say Nigerians have passed vote of confidence on the Green Chamber.
We are a gas country, and today, by virtue of the passage of the PA and the continuous support of the National Assembly, we are getting this done on behalf of our country, and the country is benefiting from it. Our president is succeeding.
Our constitutional amendment process will also adopt a citizen-inclusive approach. The onus is now on citizens to actively engage their representatives.
The Legislative Open Week comes to a close, but lawmakers say they remain open to continuous dialogue and engagement with citizens towards building consensus on critical national issues. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
In another development, Muslim faithful from all walks of life converged on the Kwara State Stadium in Ilorin to celebrate the Islamic New Year. Ahmed Fulani reports that speakers at the event urged Muslims in Nigeria to rededicate themselves to the service of Allah and humanity.
Colorful Hijrah celebration featured recitations from the glorious Quran and special prayer session. The 2 guest speakers were unanimous in their call for the unity of Nigeria, which they described as non-negotiable. The speakers also appealed to governments at all levels to ameliorate the sufferings of Nigerian citizens by controlling market forces to bring down prices of commodities. Grand Kadi, Kwara State Sharia Court of Appeal, and the national chairman of Hijrah Islamic Organization, Professor Larry Badmus, emphasized the importance of proper upbringing of children to ensure a greater Nigeria.
Take care of our children because they are our tomorrow.
The most important lesson we have to learn from the Hijrah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is that unity, togetherness, fellow feeling.
Let's dialogue if there is conflict. Let's teach our children to obey the laws of Allah.
Kwara State Governor, represented by Saad Salahuddin, felicitated with Muslims across the country on the occasion of Hijrah celebration, urging them to remain patriotic to the country.
Take into account the lessons of Hijrah in making sure that we live together peacefully and we accommodate ourselves in the spirit of brotherhood.
Climax of the Hijrah celebration was the march past by students of various Islamic schools and institutions.
Meanwhile, Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas congratulates Nigerian Muslims and their counterparts around the world as they usher in the new Islamic year, 1446 after Hijrah. The Speaker, in a congratulatory message to mark the new Islamic year, urges the Muslim Ummah to rededicate themselves to the worship of Allah. Speaker Abbas notes that the new Islamic year should serve as an avenue for more prayers for the nation and its leaders. To humanitarian affairs, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has promised to continue to support the less privileged across Nigeria, particularly women and children. This was during the distribution of food items to the poor, vulnerable and physically challenged in Kaduna State to alleviate hunger. Muhammad Umar Ajengi tells us more.
The physically challenged and the less privileged individuals in Kaduna State happily answered the call of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as they converge to receive the support of food items. This generous initiative, spearheaded by the wife of the president, was executed through the wife of the governor of Kaduna State, showcasing a heartfelt commitment to uplifting those in need. Groups of people benefited, including National Youth Service Corps members currently serving in the state. The beneficiaries said the distribution of these food items not only provided them with immediate relief, but has also highlighted the administration's dedication to inclusivity and support for all members of the society.
And this food was given by the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, which the First Lady of Kaduna State, Hajia Hafsat Ubasani, distributed today. As you can see here, all the beneficiaries are here. This food is 2,400 bag of rice, and the people that are going to benefit are 2,400 people across the 23 LGS of Kaduna State.
This initiative, the stakeholders said, underscores the ongoing efforts of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's commitment to address the needs of vulnerable Nigerians. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
Talking health, sustaining the fight against HIV in Nigeria for the country to meet up with the universal target of ending the disease by 2030 requires both political and financial courage. This, the position of the Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, Dr. Temitope Ilori, as the agency organized a retreat for members of the House Committee on AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria. Hingano John Adams reports that the theme of the workshop is Leadership for the Sustainability of HIV Response, the role of the legislature.
They come from various organizations and destinations with a common goal, which is ending HIV/AIDS in Nigeria by 2030. With the nation's HIV response in the last 20 years, ensuring that about 1.7 million people are on treatment and about 98% remain HIV negative, Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, believes this interface with lawmakers will make more impact in the fight against HIV/AIDS in the country.
We believe the legislators are major stakeholders in this national response, and this retreat is to sensitize them and to also have their buy-in in terms of resource mobilization, in terms of oversight functions, in terms of accountability, and also for them to assist us in also getting the message to the grassroots in their various constituencies.
The lawmakers and other key players are concerned about funding, which they say majorly come from donors. Looking inward for funds is what they suggested.
The legislature, as a representatives of our communities, will continue to provide a strong leadership that will engender robust and sustained HIV response in Nigeria through collaboration and partnership.
Currently, with our partner, we're also rolling out what we call Element 2.0, which shows how states should be supported by different donors with government as the oversight and leadership role.
Participants here believe the retreat will present new frontiers and robust ideas that will make Nigeria stand out in achieving a nation free from HIV. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
Federal government assures Nigerians of completion of Warri-Itakpe-Abuja railway routes to boost the economy. The Minister of Transport, Senator Saidu Alkali Ahmed, who was represented by the Acting Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation, said this while on an inspection tour of the damaged portion of Warri-Takwe rail track, which led to the derailment of one of the train coaches at Abraka Ethiop East local government area of the state. Oyinye Joshua Ifeanyi reports.
Following the news of the derailment of the Takwe-bound train coach at Abraka, the Minister of Transport is here on an inspection tour. Although no life was lost in the accident, he expressed satisfaction at the prompt response of the Nigerian Railway Corporation in mobilizing internal revenue in the repair of the damaged portion, thereby restoring normalcy to rail services.
This whole inspection exercise is really not about the capacity or the competence of Nigerian Railway Corporation. NRC has been running efficient and effective rail services for years and on a regular basis. It's just a pity that when one incident happens, of course, bad news all over the place. But we must not forget the fact that this service has run on a daily basis for years with scarcely this type of incident.
The Managing Director of Nigerian Railway Corporation, Dr. Freeborn Okiria, is not happy with the destructive tendencies of some persons who have taken it upon themselves to vandalize these assets.
The incident we have been having are man-made, and why do you want to destroy what government is doing? Today it has cost us money and time to come here, and from Thursday night, people are stranded in the stations because they know they say they can never travel on other means except the rail. They are waiting, both Itakbe and Warri.
The rail transport system is fundamental to the socio-economic growth of the nation. Therefore, the federal government strives to link all parts of the nation through standard gauge lines. Rail services on Warri-Itakwe route resumes immediately. Onyinye Joshua Ifeanyi, NTA News.
A bit on governance and politics. The Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has urged APC members to continue to support the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to implement life-changing projects and policies to turn around the economy for sustainable growth that will guarantee a brighter future. He made the appeal at the APC stakeholders meeting in Kaduna State. Mohammed Umar Ajingi reports.
In a demonstration of unity and forward-thinking, the stalwarts of the All Progressive Congress APC in Kaduna State converged to strategize for the party's future. The meeting brought together key party leaders and members.
I call on our great party to please use the opportunity given to it to make sure that it heals the wounds inflicted during the last election. Try to calm the nerves of those who felt aggrieved during the last election.
Their discussions focus on strengthening the party's base, enhancing grassroots mobilization, and addressing the pressing needs of the citizens. The leaders emphasize the need for a united front to effectively tackle the issues facing the state and to ensure continued progress and development under the APC's leadership.
Governance is key. We made it clear after election that we will take development to everyone in Kaduna State, irrespective of party affiliation or any affiliation, because we believe we took an oath to be fair to everyone in Kaduna. So we are going to support our party leadership, but most importantly, even those that do not vote for us, we must take development to their own area. That is why we are making this progress.
With a shared vision and commitment, the APC in Kaduna is poised to build on its successes and work towards a brighter future for all the citizens.
Kaduna State, Nigeria.
In Kaduna, I'm Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
Now, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have raided a Lagos high-profile cocaine syndicate headed by a couple harboring large consignments of the Class A drug meant for export and local distribution and consumption. Salwat Khalil Ibrahim brings us details.
A raid carried out by a special operations unit of the NDLEA followed months of intelligence gathering and surveillance on the syndicates notorious for packaging, distributing and trafficking of cocaine within and outside Nigeria. The 54-year-old was nabbed alongside his wife and associate in Lagos on Wednesday, 3rd July 2024. A total of 10.1 kilograms of cocaine valued at more than 2.1 billion naira in street value was recovered from them. Meanwhile, NDLEA officers on a stop-and-search operation in Adamawa State on Wednesday, 3rd July, arrested a Chadian in a commercial bus. The suspect was found with a loudspeaker used to conceal 20 compressed blocks and 9 plastic containers of loud, a strong strain of cannabis weighing 5.2 kilograms. In Kano, operatives on Wednesday, 3rd July, arrested a 25-year-old corps member at a corpus lodge with 1.25 kilograms of loud, while in Ile-Ife, Osun State, a 50-year-old baale was on Friday, 5th July, arrested with fresh cannabis plants that weighed 5 kilograms. And finally, in Abuja, NDLEA operatives on Saturday, 6th July, arrested 2 men in a vehicle along Abaju, Gwagwalada with 1,132 bottles of codeine syrup, 13,540 pills of tramadol, 50,000 pills of diazepam, and 59 pills of rofinol. The suspects claimed they were bringing the opioids from Onitsha, Anambra State. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Next, some sporting stories with Bade Adele.
Hello and welcome to the 2024 Olympics countdown. Today, we turn our attention to athletics, where many believe there will be loads of podium finishes for Nigerian athletes. One of the favorites to win in Paris this year is Nigeria's 100 meters hurdles world record holder Tobiloba Amusan, who's in top form. In the build-up to the Games, Amusan claimed her third consecutive gold medal at the women's 100 meters hurdles at the African Games and also claimed her fourth consecutive national women's 100 meters hurdles title. And icing on the cake is the recent news of her being cleared to run in the Olympics after the Court of Arbitration for Sport dismissed allegations of doping initiated against her last July by the Athletics Integrity Unit.
Yes, we are very happy. You know, we've always believed that Tobi Amusan is not guilty, and we supported her, and we are happy that everything is okay now. So we have about 3 weeks to the Olympics now. We know that is enough time for her to get herself together, to prepare herself, and to do what we know she will be able to do. We believe that Tobi Amusan will be able to give us gold medal in the Olympics.
In any case whereby her name is going to be mentioned as a world champion, the rest of the world will be having that shiver because they know that the world champion is on the track. So Tobi Amusan, any day, anytime, is a great inclusion. And of course, this clarification of her name is even much more for the athletes.
Esebrume is another medal favorite for Nigeria. She won bronze at the Tokyo Games and looks ready to deliver again for Team Nigeria in the long jump event in Paris.
Not just only Tobi and Esebrume, but we believe that we have one of the best relay teams now, especially our athletes hitting form at the right time. One thing that is good for us is that our athletes are started achieving standards from April, May. They did not achieve standard in January or last year, and they will have lost form now. So they are hitting standard at the right time.
Well, all eyes will be on Team Nigeria athletes, where they compete in different events in athletics from August the 1st to 11th. That's a countdown for today. I am Bade Adeleye.
Of course, Bade, all eyes will be on Nigeria. Now, reports just reaching us says the combined troops of Combat 7 of 27th Force Brigade in conjunction with hunters thwarted Boko Haram attempt to blow up high-tension electric towers around Kasaisa village are the outskirts of Damaturu, the Yobe state capital. This part of efforts to protect the lives and property of the people of Yobe and Borno states from Boko Haram terrorist attack. A statement by Acting Assistant Director, Army Public Relations Headquarters, Sector 2, Damaturu, Captain Mohammed Shehu says the troops on receipt of credible intelligence of Boko Haram activities swiftly led a successful ambush on the terrorists, which led to the terrorists abandoning a Toyota Corolla, 8 prepared improvised explosive devices, detonating cable, 2 damaged tires, as well as trade test certificates. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris joined sympathizers who visited the official residence of the Niger State Deputy Governor over the demise of his late wife, Zainab Yakubu Garba. Fatima Ali reports that the minister who delivered the federal government's condolence message prayed Allah to forgive the shortcomings of the deceased and fortitude for the family and the state to bear the loss.
The minister, Mohammed Idris, described death as inevitable, saying as Muslims and men of faith, they believe that it is only Allah that gives and takes life at his appointed time. He said though it is traumatic for an individual to wake up to the death of his wife, urged the deputy governor to be consoled by the teachings of Islam, since Allah does not make mistakes.
We know that it's a difficult period, but the president and the entire members of the Federal Executive Council share in his grief and also pray for him to bear this loss. We do know that Allah will provide succor for her in the hereafter.
The delegation thereafter pray Allah to repose the soul of the deceased, forgive her shortcomings, and make Al-Jannah a final abode, as well as give the family the hearts to take the death in good faith. Fatima Aliu, NTA News.
Similarly, it was a moment of reflections at Eleme community as friends and sympathizers came from far and near to pay their last respect to a departed community leader, retired public servant and astute administrator, late Sir Emere Festus Ungochindo. Emmanuel Lene was at the Ogale Eleme for the funeral and now brings us details.
Late Sir Dr. Emere Festus Ngochindo was a highly revered man who contributed immensely to the development of Eleme community, the church, and the larger society. Little wonder the burial ceremony attracted friends and sympathizers from within and outside Nigeria to honor the deceased. The body was received by the Eleme Council of Chiefs and Ogale Council of Chiefs before being laid in state at his family compound in Ogale, where sympathizers paid their last respect. The corpse was later taken to Holy Trinity Anglican Church in Shaileme, where a commendation service was held in his honor.
If God is not in one's life, all is vanity.
The church service featured special renditions and prayers for the family. The body was thereafter laid at the family compound in Ogale Eleme. Children, family members, and other sympathizers described late Dr. Emere Ngochindo as a disciplinarian, a just and generous man who impacted positively on the lives of men who came in contact with him.
It is the Lord, the Creator, the miracle of existence, the resurrection and the life He gave and He has taken.
His words of wisdom. He will always tell me first thing first. So whatever I do, I should focus. My vision has always been clear, and that has made me to be what I am. So I'll miss all of that.
He's a very loving father and a very caring father, and we do pray together.
It was very impactful. I love this wisdom.
He was a great man. He was a shining star of Ogale, where we come from.
A service of songs and night of tribute had earlier held at the St. Paul's Cathedral, Port Harcourt. Late Dr. Emere Festus Ngochindo was born in 1937 and died 2024. He was a retired permanent secretary and served on many boards. He left behind his 5 patients, children, grandchildren, in-laws, and a host of relations. In Eleme, Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
And that report ends the news segment. Captain Claire has more to stay with us.